ṣé lóòótọ́ ni gbogbo nǹkan tó sọ yìí? Ẹ dá mi lóhùn, mo ní ṣé lóòótọ́ ni wípé ẹ̀yin lẹ bá ayé mi jẹ́ dé level tó wà yìí? Ẹ̀yin lẹ rán mi jáde láì mọ ibi tí mò ń lọ. Ẹ̀yin lẹ bá ayé mi jẹ́ fún dídí ọdún méje.
Labola, this 2025 video Yoruba movie, which is currently streaming on YouTube on Okiki TV. Check that if you haven't seen it. Guys, I really enjoyed how this movie started. It started off in an open-ended. The movie just felt like the story was embedded in it, but just requires patience to be able to see what unfolds in this movie, to be honest. Yeah, we are seeing a young man who we are not even so sure of his name yet, and now you see him clearing bushes, and there's something constant about this character. We see him playing Jane. It just feels like he's a jack of all trades, but there's something synonymous about him, you know. He likes to frolic. So in my head, I'm like, is this going to be a typical Yoruba movie where the baseline of this movie is just going to be all about sex? Because of a lot of scenes and, you know, conversations, emphasis on, you know, this whole sex, it just felt like it's always going to be a typical movie of sex, but it was totally different, which I really liked. I love how open-ended this movie feels. Kept us on the loop, wondering in our head, what is this movie all about? So the plot of this movie is about a young man, Labola, whose auntie apparently put him in a bondage for 7 years due to jealousy and greed, you know, because he was wealthy. He took over his father's business, so she felt like he was giving them little portion, and he was rescued by a marine spirit due to his whole frolicking habit. Like I said earlier, you know, he's all about is this thing, he has this thing about women, you know, he likes to frolic a lot. So now he meets this marine spirit, and then she tells him his story, tells him that he's in bondage, and in his head he feels like it's 3 days, but he don't know that it's 7 years has passed, and he's just wandering around it, you know. His head does not feel so right. Guys, I really wish that this movie was not so long. I understand that yes, this movie would be made to be long for, you know, based on YouTube and all of that, but a lot of scenes were not necessary, to be honest. Like, I was watching this movie that I found myself fast forwarding a lot, because like I just felt like what was the essence of some scenes, you know. Some scenes we didn't really need to have them, because at the end of the day, when this scene ends, there's no need for it. For Labola, because like, you know, like I said, the marine spirit that helped Labola. So apparently two major subject matters in this movie apparently held the same name. They had the same name. So we have the Labola, the male, which was played by Odunlade, and we have the female version of it, which happened to be the prostitute who told him the story. So I love the first encounter of her first character, because like, you know, she had to, you know, evolve in this movie. So her first part in this movie, I felt like she felt so stiff, and I understand the sense of that based on, you know, she's a marine spirit, so there's a kind of behavior she's supposed to uphold. There's a kind of way her character is supposed to be carried, which I didn't really. But the second phase of her character, when she became a prophetess, you know, she became more plain, more nice, and, you know, more relatable, to be honest. But guys, the ending of this movie was so cold. Like, I did not see that coming. Like, I would have loved if this movie was reshaped properly to make, because really 2 hours would have just done it for us, to be honest. But I love how the story started to unfold, because in my head, after I had told that, you know, she became wealthy, she became a prophetess, it made I'm like, because already we are seeing the parts where she says she wants to get married to him. So it made I'm wondering that is it that later after she became a prophetess, maybe he's going to reconsider her, but later the ending, what happened later in my head, I don't want to give spoilers. Should I give spoilers in this movie? Okay, to be honest, like how Labola had to kill her later at the end of this movie, I was so surprised how his character evolved from this madman we are seeing to him having his wealth back, and now going into politics and she not supporting him, and he has to kill her. Wow. So some scenes that were not necessary in this movie, those scenes where after Labola was a prophetess, I know we had these scenes where, you know, the people were praying, and in my head I'm like, why do we need to be seeing all of these things? We've seen it the first time, but we had like a lot of scenes about it, so I felt like now we didn't really need this. The movie was so like, my emphasis on being long, I didn't really like that, because, you know, some watchers might just lose interest later on. And funny how close to the end of this movie, that was when the whole story, the whole entertainment, you know, the whole fun, the whole excitement, the whole plot twist just started to come close to the end of this movie, guys. So guys, I really enjoyed Labola's character, the male, which was about Odunlade. How, you know, how he acted like a very dumb person. Those times he was having issues unnecessarily people. In my head I'm like, God, what is it? You know, there's this thing they do in Yoruba Movie where they have to emphasize on some certain things that I feel unnecessarily to be emphasized on. So guys, if you have seen Labola, let me know what you think about it. So guys, I'm going to rate this one a 6. I really enjoyed the plot of this movie. I love how this movie evolved, you know, and I love the concept, the idea of hiding this plot just requires a little bit of patience. But I just felt like it took so long for us to be able to understand. I felt like like I said, a lot of scenes were just so unnecessary. But guys, let me know if you've seen Labola, and let me know what you think about it. Please don't forget to watch my video, consider subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you think about it if you've seen it, and let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys. Bye.